What is your twin flame's thoughts, feelings, and actions towards you? Hi, beautiful twin flame. Thank you for joining me, Mystic Mia Moksha, here on We'll See in a Moment for another love pick a card reading. We're looking at twin flame energies in this reading. If you've known me for a long time, you know I like to do a twin flame reading around this time of year. I'm posting this on 7/17, July 17th, which is a very twin flame number. In this reading, we're looking at the thoughts, feelings, actions, and what they would like to say to you, union energies, and just timing what's going on with the twin flames at this time. So we have 4 piles here. You choose the pile based on the crystal that's being shown. Here we have the Kunzite for the first pile. We have Hiddenite for the second pile. We have Moldavite for the third pile. And we have Lemurian Quartz for the fourth pile. So I hope for the viewers have always been with me, the subscribers have been always with me, my soul fam, my twin flame soul fam, that you would appreciate this and you like this and know that I'm always going to be here for you. I'm going to be trying to do more readings that get you ready for union, because this is the time, 2024 into 2025, where a lot of divine unions, divine counterparts, true love unions are happening. And for all those that are new to my channel, I am a very high frequency channeler, and so I will be getting back to their thoughts and their feelings and the typical readings, but I do want to put in some of those really important, very deep love connection type readings to get you prepared for union at this time, at least for the next few weeks or so. So thank you for allowing me the space to do this. I hope you enjoy this reading and bless your union. Hi, beautiful pile 1 with the Kunzite. We're going to look at the meaning of the crystal. It's a very high vibe, lithium infused lilac pink stone that glows with energy that could be described in a word as cuddly. Anyone with a heavy heart would need it. It's collectors of good vibes, and it's kind of a cotton candy essence. It just kind of whispers sweet nothings to you. It's kind of that energy. Yeah, it's very, it's ruled out of love. Okay, very strong crystal. So let's look at the divine masculines, thoughts, feelings, actions. The divine feminines is going to be on the left, divine masculine on the right, union energies in the center. Okay, so I'm going to pull cards for both. It can be vice versa, or both your energies, both their energies, however you want to read it. Okay, let's start with their feelings for you. Love call, expressing love, messages of love, thinking of you, informing you. So they definitely have feelings for you, and they actually want to express that feeling for you a lot. They think about messaging you, calling you, or letting you know how they feel about you a lot, and how that would make their life easier if they could just tell you more, or tell you at all. Their thoughts, belonging, you may welcome yourself home. They really feel at home with you, and they really kind of want to bring you home. They kind of want to bring you into their life more. They really want to tell you that this feels right and that you two belong together, and they often think about you. This is someone who has been thinking about you. They want to take action. They want to express their love, and they want to bring it home, bring this connection home. All right, so the divine feminine's feelings for the divine masculine. Key on a ring. Many options, unconventional, one night stand, string along. So divine feminine might feel like the divine masculine here has been kind of leading her on. Kind of like they've been playing the game too much, and I feel like the divine feminine was kind of a little bit protective of their energy and kind of wanted to project the same energy back. So might have opened up their romantic life to other possible options, especially if the divine masculine hasn't really put a ring on it or has said anything with intention of something more. Divine feminine's thoughts. Beauty. May you perceive nature's artistry afresh. The sad thing here is the divine feminine has such a beautiful outlook on life that the divine feminine even sees this connection as something so beautiful, something that came from the heavens, and something that is kind of like a romantic novel, is something that they still appreciate how everything was divinely orchestrated and why everything happened. And so the divine feminine here is like the eternal optimist, and is just kind of like, yeah, you didn't really take action, or your inaction and your lack of words or expressing your feelings or understanding of this connection really led me to push myself in romantic love in ways that I didn't want to. I would have been good to just kind of create our home and say, like, put my hands up, that's it, this is what I wanted, let's create a home together and be done with it. But it really forced the divine feminine to kind of step outside the box and live a very unusual and unexpected love life for her. And it's like the divine masculine's energy with this expression of love, messages of love, that they had such strong feelings for the divine feminine that they continuously sent this energy to the divine feminine energetically without probably acting on these feelings. Okay, so what are the divine masculine's actions towards the divine feminine? Queen of Swords. Okay. Unbiased judgment, justice, independent, clear boundaries, coldness, direct communication, clear-minded, perceptive. The Queen of Swords is telling you to make judgments without emotion. Take inventory of all the facts. So it's funny that the divine masculine has such a deep love and feeling of belonging, and we're meant to be together, and constantly thinking about the divine feminine. But then their actions are so cold and so logical and reason-based. It feels like a lot of the actions that they took towards the divine feminine was basically not taking account their feelings, not taking account their feelings either. I'm getting this feeling of they might have felt the divine feminine was not as well off as them physically, financially, career-wise, health-wise, or probably in standing, in status, in how the divine feminine thinks, or how the divine feminine operates, or the divine feminine's life. There's something here where the divine masculine was judging the divine feminine, even though their heart calls to the divine feminine and says, this is very right, we belong together, this just makes sense in the heart. Their actions to the divine feminine has been very cold and very logical, completely taking actions without taking account their feelings to the divine feminine. And what would the divine masculines like to say to the divine feminine if you were right there? I bury myself in work to forget you. Yeah, this is a classic case of I have such strong feelings for you and I like you a lot, but everything else is telling me, basically their ego or their devil on the shoulder, the shadow aspect is telling them, don't do this, because of the divine feminine's lack of this, or because of this, their personality trait, this their lack of skill sets or know-how or knowledge or their background or the healing that needs to be done, the way that they grew up, the way that they speak, the way that they conduct their lives, whatever it is, the divine masculines had a lot of preconceived notions and a lot of judgments held towards the divine feminines. But of course, these were all a reflection of their judgment on within themselves. Okay, so the divine feminines, actions and words to their divine masculine. Knight of Swords. So we have the Queen of Swords and now the Knight of Swords. Ambition, fast thinking, action oriented, brave, driven to succeed, defend beliefs, truth seeking. So yeah, the divine feminine is like on the opposite end of this action spectrum, where the divine feminine may be taking too many actions towards the divine masculine. So this could be the divine feminine kind of messaging the divine masculine too much, offering herself and her time and her energy up to the divine masculine without being prompted to, making herself very available, pushing aside other important things to the divine feminine for the hopes of the divine masculine giving her any attention, even kind of forcing themselves to go on other dates or looking at other interests, not for their own sake, but for the sake of making the divine masculine jealous, or kind of, posting on social media that they have other things going on in their life. The divine feminine is on a mission, and there's no stopping you. The only problem is that you may be too quick to take action and you're not planning. Keep that energy flowing, but be calculated. Don't trip over anyone on your way either. You might be careless of the feelings of others on your mission and inadvertently, so try to remain empathic. So I do feel like the divine feminine, you might not be knowing that you're hurting your divine masculine by doing things that is out of your own character. Trying new things is one thing, but or trying to figure out what you like, what you don't like, and who you are. That's one thing in romantic relationships and, figuring that all out. But then kind of purposely doing things that would hurt your divine masculine or potentially hurt yourself, like that's not the right way to go about it. You do have to be a little bit more calculated when it comes to love, and it's like, yeah, maybe you should just let out all your feelings and let this whole waterfall of emotions come out and tell your divine masculine everything. But there's such a thing as trying too hard, saying too much, or putting too much on a person at once. And so you could see that between this specific divine masculine, divine feminine, there's extremes in opening up to each other. One's opening up too much, and the other one's not opening up enough or at all. So if you correct these energies within yourself, you'll see a change in the connection as well. So what would the divine feminine say to the divine masculine? I love you unconditionally. Look at this. The divine feminine is like, I love you so much. No matter what you do, I will always love you. I'll always be here. Just, unconditional love, right? And then the divine masculine is like, I'm not gonna even think about this. I'm gonna try to actually actively try not to think about this by doing everything I can to keep my mind busy. So I feel like, yeah, it's a really good thing to love someone unconditionally if you love yourself unconditionally as well. So I feel like the divine feminine here might be putting too much on the divine masculine without putting enough on herself. So, looking outward for that unconditional love, whereas the divine masculine is kind of hoping that things will magically fall into place without having to take any action. Love is enough. If you feel love, everything should magically fall into place. It's like, no, that's not the case. You have to open up, share your feelings, share your thoughts, you know? All right, so what are the unseen energies in this connection? Unseen energies, inspiration and death. Wow. So I'm getting this connection has really changed the both of you to your core. I feel like even me saying these energies out loud, the way that it is, might make you kind of cringe. It's like, is that really my energy? Is this really what I'm like with my twin flame? I don't think I've ever been like this with other romantic love interests. It's kind of cringe to think about it, to think about myself acting in this manner. Like, this person definitely has some sort of hold on me. They definitely are in my life for a reason. This person has inspired you, your twin flame has inspired you to completely look at life differently and inspired you to change, to become that ideal person that you admire and want to imitate in order to be in a romantic relationship. You know, instead of settling for having that ideal romantic potential as your mate, become that awesome romantic partner yourself in order to attract that person in. That is the mentality here I'm getting. Okay, so what is the physical union energies? Physical union energies. Get more information. And Page of Wands. Okay, so I feel like there needs to be more adventures, more exploration. So if you are in communication with this twin flame, it wouldn't be a bad idea to go on some dates or recommend something new for the two of you to try together. Whether it's a new restaurant, a new hike, a new trail, a new beach, whatever it is, and even like a new book or a new kind of hobby or type of movie, even if it's not together, just to kind of get outside of your box. I do feel like the two of you, this isn't a no, by the way. This is more of a, once you kind of get more information about your romantic love life and how you're approaching it, and maybe a little bit more about this person, it will help kind of guide your decisions in regards to this connection. And you might be surprised what the situation between the two of you actually is and what you initially thought. But yeah, I do feel like you need more information for sure. What does Spirit have to say about this connection to you? Nothing has gone wrong. Trust the process. This connection is divinely timed. So whatever has happened, you don't need to be upset about it. Like, this person obviously does have feelings for you. You definitely have feelings for them. It just seems like whether you two might be so emotionally mature or so responsible in your personal life, in your work life, but then when it comes to this connection, it's just like you two kind of turn into these, I don't know, immature teenagers in love, right? And it just feels like you two are kind of bringing up things to heal in terms of love, whether it has to do with your upbringing, your parents or your guardians, past love relationships, and if you've done a lot of work in figuring out who you are and what you admire and want in a relationship. So it feels like nothing has gone wrong in this connection so far. It just feels like a connection that is on a journey and is continuing that journey. What does Spirit have to say about timing in terms of union? Next month looks promising. So it feels like this person is wanting to reach out to you enough that you might bump into them next month, or they might talk to you, or they might talk to you more next month, or you might find out something about them, or they might find out something about you. There's something about a lot of work being done in this connection next month. So let's see what Spirit has to say to them about what's going on in this connection for them. Truth, yeah. They have a lot to kind of confront about the truth of this connection. Whatever they were judging you about is definitely what they were judging themselves about. They want to live this more free, loving lifestyle with someone like you or you, and they're realizing everything that's holding them back from that, holding them back from you, is facing their own truth and not being scared of other people judging them for that, like they were doing to you. Okay, what about for the Divine Feminine? What does Spirit want to say about you? What's going on with you in this connection? A guide, mentor, a trustworthy ally. Yeah, this is a good time to kind of find a good mentor for you in terms of this journey. You could find a good twin flame mentor, or tarot card reader, or a spiritual consultant of some sort that can help you, or even a twin flame friend where you guys can kind of talk to each other about things that are going on, or a twin flame community, or to get in touch with your own higher guidance using your own modalities, whatever that is, journaling, doing your own tarot card readings, and just kind of on your spiritual journey in general, kind of just getting in touch with spiritual teachers that resonate with you. You know, we're all spiritual teachers and students. I learn from other people as much as people learn from my channelings, and that's a never-ending cycle. I will always look for what I can learn from someone else when I meet them. So, yeah, it feels like this is a situation where you might be a little bit more towards the beginning of your twin flame journey or spiritual journey, or kind of midway through. So this is a good time to kind of look at resources, look at the communities that you have at your disposal for guiding you and helping you at times when you feel like you need a little bit more information. Okay, and then Spirit's message for what's going on in the connection. Power. Full moon. I love this moon rising. So many moons. Okay, so this is a time where the two of you, therefore the connection, is working on getting empowered, feeling into your own power. You know, the Divine Feminine obviously needs to not give her power away so easily, and the Divine Feminine kind of does that when they sacrifice unnecessarily, not focus on other things that they find important, or doing things because they think they would get a reaction out of the Divine Masculine, or feeling like the connection is affecting them too much on their day-to-day negatively. And the Divine Masculine definitely needs to feel more empowered in terms of their heart and their love, and kind of really open up to that side of themselves, intuitive side, where they can speak their truth and know that their heart, their intuition, isn't going to let them down, and in fact only empower them. You are in your strongest energy when you are in line with your authentic self, and that gives you a lot of power. And so if you're living a life that is not your own, it's what other people want for you and what other people think is right for you in romantic relationships or work or anything, it's going to make you weaker. You can try as hard as you might and force yourself into these situations, but if it's not who you truly are, you'll never be completely successful in that venture. So Divine Masculine is realizing that, turning Whistle as a confirmation. Lastly, kind of where the energy is at for this connection is Nine of Waves, the Nine of Wands, which is persevere. It's like you two are very close to some sort of union, you know, and if you've been on the twin flame journey or spiritual journey, you know things happen in cycles. So it seems like you do have another union coming up next month for you, whenever you're watching this, or within the next month. And it's kind of like persevere. Every union brings you closer to a more finite, final physical union. So maybe this is it, or it's a step closer to it. All right, pile one. So very exciting for you. Seems like there's nothing wrong here. Spirit says it's just keep going. All right. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, I really appreciate a like or comment. And if you let me know if you want me to do more twin flame readings. And with that, I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day, and I wish you much love and light. Hi, beautiful pile 2. With the Hiddenite, I'm going to look at the meaning behind this crystal first. It's a green aura that emanates warm and fuzzies. The frequency gives you a little bit of a buzz and makes you have like a big heart. And it's really good for people looking for the future, people who have had a difficulty in romance, and it feels like a cuddly pink cousin. Kunzite. Oh, funny! I used Kunzite for the first pile. These two kind of work together well. And it's aimed at the heart. Yeah, it's really good to kind of step away from the past and the future and look in the present and make the most of every moment. And it really helps you if you're stuck in a rut. Okay, so beautiful crystal here, Hiddenite. Let's look into the Divine Masculine's thoughts, feelings, and action, which is going to be on the right. The Divine Feminine's thought, feelings, and action, which is going to be on the left. Union energies in the middle. Okay, so let's start with the Divine Masculine's feelings for the Divine Feminine. Healthy choices, self-love, self-care, being happier, love in life. So the Divine Masculine feels like the Divine Feminine is a really healthy choice for him, because the Divine Feminine takes their self-love and self-care responsibilities really make it really a priority, and they feel like the Divine Feminine is really good, has a good head on her shoulders, would be amazing to be in a relationship with because she knows how to take care of herself. And hopefully, I'm hearing from the Divine Masculines, those habits brush off on me as well. It does feel like the Divine Masculine has been influenced by the Divine Feminine in this way to take better care of themselves, and therefore can take care of a relationship better. Divine Masculine's thoughts of the Divine Feminine. Allow, may soften into what is. So Divine Masculine is really being taught to tune into their Divine Feminine energies by self-love, self-care. You know, that alone just makes them happier. Taking care of themselves, nurturing themselves, learning how to nurture other people, learning how to take care of other people, and just allowing the Divine Feminine to come in, to soften themselves. It feels like the Divine Masculine has been too hard on themselves and too hard on others. especially people that matter to them, especially people like the divine feminine, where they feel like I don't know why I was so rough and tough with the divine feminine. I don't know why I have had such high expectations. Like if I was coming at myself, if someone was coming at me the way that I was coming at the divine feminine, I would be horrified. I would be sad. I would be hurt, and I would like it feels like the divine masculine is putting a mirror up in front of them. It's like I am the person. I don't want to be with that person. I don't want to be that person anymore. I want to soften myself. I want to be not so hard on myself or other people. I want to approach connections with others with more love and care. And I think the divine masculine is understanding that they are the way they are because of the way that they were brought up, the way that they had to take care of themselves. Maybe they didn't really have a really healed divine feminine influence in their life. Maybe they've been hurt in past romantic relationships, and so they kind of had to harden themselves, but so much so that they kind of focused too much on, let me hurt others before they can hurt me. Let me be headstrong. Let me push and get my way. That's the best way to do it. That's the best way to live life and to handle other people. And they really turned themselves around. Okay, what about the divine feminine? How does the divine feminine feel about divine masculine? Heartbroken. Yeah, I felt that. Deeply hurt, sad, feeling lost, grieving, despair, breakup. Yeah, I really do feel like the divine masculine knows like they were in the wrong here. Like they handled the situation so brutally, so rough and tough. And unnecessarily rough, and the divine feminine here feels like such a strong person, and so I don't know, the divine masculine felt like they could take it out on the divine feminine or could treat them this way, but the divine feminine is strong for a reason. They had to deal with a lot of BS in their life, and to get this kind of treatment from someone that she really trusted, put full faith in, felt like was their heart and soul, that is a sense of betrayal that cuts deep. Okay. Divine feminine's thoughts about the divine masculine. Play. May you seek out fun and connection. Yeah, this sucks even more. That the divine feminine is someone who is so playful and innocent, probably brought her inner child out, and wanted, kind of had to bring her guard down in order to be more open with the divine masculine. And the divine masculine saw that as the divine feminine being weak, not being serious enough, not being tough enough, and attacked her. And that's so sad because I feel like the divine feminine here was really rough and tough and had to be in her masculine feminine, had to be in her divine masculine energies in order to deal with the outside world, and finally got to dive into her divine feminine energies, allow her pure innocent heart to come out towards the divine masculine, and then he kind of really cut into the soft spots inside. Yeah, really just cut into that warm, loving heart. Really, really tough. Like someone who really does not let their boundaries down. Got into the divine feminine and was stabbed right at that second when they let the shield down, which is, you're not expecting it. You wouldn't the divine feminine wouldn't let their shield down if they didn't think this was a trustworthy person that they wanted to give a shot with. Ooh, this is betrayal. This is betrayal at its worst. Okay. So what are the divine masculine's actions towards the divine feminine? Sorry, I didn't shuffle this deck well enough. Okay, Six of Wands. Victory, public recognition, progress, self-confidence, rewards, good news, good fortune, achievement, and promotion. So the divine masculine here is really just feeling good about themselves and their life because they must be doing something, they must have gotten something achieved in their lifetime recently. They reached a goal, or they got a promotion, got a new job, got a new home, or something where they feel successful. And yeah, some sort of important milestone. And they're feeling very, very confident. So they do feel like reaching out to the divine feminine, but mostly because they're in a really good energy. They feel like they're on top of the world right now because of something else in their external world that has made them feel victorious and very confident. Okay, what would they say to the divine feminine? I wish things could be different. And it came out in reverse. So I do feel like they do wish that things were different between the two of you, that they handled things differently, that the connection was different, that you two had a different relationship with each other. But it came out in reverse, so I don't think they think about it that often. It might be how they feel, and it might be something that they say to you if they ever bumped into you. But I'm sorry to say, pile 2, but I feel like the divine masculine in this twin flame connection is really focused on other things right now than this connection. And I just saw the number 3636 as a timestamp, so which is a number of personal growth and development, and that they are receiving the material wealth and resources they need to live in their divine purpose, or kind of work on their soul mission. So there is progress being made here by the divine masculine. They are focusing more on their physical life and getting things done for the future, the soul mission, rather than focus too much on the romantic relationship part of this connection right now. What about the divine feminine? What is the divine feminine's actions towards the divine masculine? The patience card, isn't that annoying? Divine feminine. Okay, temperance, balance, harmony, moderation, patience, being sensible, purpose, finding meaning. Avoid extremes in any direction, taking the middle road. So I do feel like the divine feminine is kind of like, okay, like focusing on the relationship 24/7 is probably not healthy, but not focusing on my romantic love life at all is not great either. It's avoiding the issue. So it's kind of like, yeah, do a little bit of inner work. And I'm getting it because it's a very spiritual reading. Twin flames are a spiritual journey. The temperance card kind of denotes that you might have been too much in your divine feminine, intuitive, spiritual side for too long, doing a lot of healing work, doing a lot of introspection on this connection, watching a lot of tarot card readings, pulling a lot of cards for yourself, doing a lot of research on this topic or this connection. And it's like, okay, kind of time to pull yourself out a little bit and do some things in the physical. I feel like the divine feminine is scared of her divine masculine. So in the connection, because the divine masculine hurt her so deeply, like this wound is gonna scar up, and this scar is pretty big, and it's gonna be there for the rest of your life, right? But at the same time, the divine feminine is also scared about going into the divine masculine in her own energy. And so you might feel more comfortable staying in your divine feminine, going into your feelings and your thoughts about this connection and doing some healing work. But it's kind of saying it's good to kind of keep a balance at this time. Do a little bit of masculine action and then do a little bit of feminine healing work. It's probably a good idea to kind of keep balanced with that. What would the divine feminine say to the divine masculine? I want you. Yeah. It's tough because even though you've been so heartbroken by the divine masculine, the divine feminine here still really wants the divine masculine. And with this like kind of play innocence card, it's like the divine feminine can erase what's happened, and although if you two were together, you would still have to like heal that, wound. You still rather do it with them. You still rather have them in your life. And it might even bother you that they're not giving you as much of a time of day and energy and focus as they are in their own life and their own goals. It seems like their own goals, but obviously they're working towards their divine purpose here. And it feels like divine feminine, you kind of, this temperance energy you already embody, you already know that, yeah, maybe you should kind of focus on your own physical life a little bit more. And even though you have this long longing for your divine masculine, it's probably not a healthy thing to stay in that energy for too long. If you catch yourself being in that energy for more than 5-10 minutes, you got to cut it off. Because then you're just going to manifest more longing. I remember when I first started doing twin flame readings like 7 years ago, when the temperance card came up, and we would talk about patience. It's like, yeah, you don't want to talk about waiting for your twin flame because then it just manifests more waiting, right? And so it's kind of like, I think it's like if you think about something for like 17 minutes straight, like you'll straight up manifest it. If the longer you think about something, the faster you'll manifest it, more powerfully you'll manifest it. So if you think about wanting the divine masculine for too long of a period of time, you'll manifest more longing and waiting for the divine masculine. So it's better to kind of distract yourself, or if you see yourself kind of thinking about it for too long, kind of cut yourself off, do something else, think about something else. Is it 17 minutes or 17 seconds? I think it's 17 seconds. Yeah, so if you catch yourself thinking about that, think about something else. And if you do want to think about it for the purposes of healing and doing spiritual work, and you're pretty good, well balanced in your spiritual and physical life, then set the intention before you think about that divine masculine a lot, or you watch that next tarot card reading. Just be like, hey, the intention is to just kind of progress my energies, my spiritual energy, my physical energies, for my highest and best good at this time, with the protection of my higher self, with the help of my higher guidance, for the duration of this reading, or for the duration that I do this spiritual work or healing work, or that I think about my twin flame at this time, And so that way you set the intention that you're thinking about them for a purpose, not to manifest more waiting or longing, but to do more work to move positively forward on your path. All right, so what are the union energies? What are the unseen union energies? What are the unseen union energies first? Independence. Carving your own path. Yeah, we just talked about that too, because I was like, get to further your own path, to move on your own path rather than staying stagnant, And the Sun card. Oh, how positive. Wow. Okay, so it seems like the unseen and union energies within this connection is carving out your own path, and both of you will be very successful if you do. You see the divine masculine, he already has success, he already has victory, focusing on his divine purpose, focusing on what makes him happy, what he wants to work on, his own goals. Divine feminine, you will also be very successful in carving out your own path if it is your true, unique, authentic path at this time. You will have success in it. At this time, you both are meant to carve out your own paths. And you two will be very successful in doing so. And there's definitely probably a reason for that, and we'll see why in a second. But let's look at physical union energies real quick. I just saw 444. Stability, foundation. Yeah, you have to create that foundation within your own lives. It feels like both of you kind of just need to find your footing. The divine masculine, because they're better at physical energies, they kind of understood that, and so they kind of took the actions to kind of make their physical life more secure, make their future, their soul mission energies more secure. Whereas the divine feminine might have been kind of hurt, kind of licking their wounds, and kind of unwilling to look at the divine masculine energies, because the divine feminine energy is more nurturing, more caring, and you needed that at the time, divine feminines. This is the sign. Interesting. It's like the yes card here, the sun card, and the pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles is kind of like a yes sign. And the Three of Wands. So this is moving forward, but not together. It's moving forward by you moving separately. Does that make sense? Like, the way that this connection can move forward is if both of you move forward in your own individual lives right now. That's how you're going to move the twin flame connection forward too. So they're making moves in the physical, and divine feminine, you're being asked within reason. Like, yeah, the spirit's like, yeah, you should take care of yourself. Like, you know, lick your wounds, let the wound heal up, scab up. Do what you need to do to heal, but keep it balanced. Like, you can achieve a lot of success in the physical as well right now. So keep that in mind. Okay. So what else does Spirit want to tell you, viewer, beautiful pile 2, about this connection? Open your eyes. If someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. So it definitely feels like who your twin flame showed you they are is actually who they are at this time. They're on a healing journey, a learning journey, a spiritual journey, just like you. And if they showed you that they're rough and they're tough and they need to learn how to soften themselves up, that's who they are right now. They're gonna be, cutting anyone that comes too close, because that's just who they are. They just are a rock with ragged edges, and it's gonna take them time to soften. And if your divine feminines are, have a lot of coming up to the surface, and they turn into a squishy marshmallow, and they can't protect themselves emotionally at this time, that they're too emotional isn't the right word, because the divine feminine is obviously going through something. They're leading this connection spiritually, and in order to do that, you have to go through a lot of awakening, healing, realizing what happened with your experiences through life thus far, and opening your eyes, being aware to that, and making sure that you're okay with everything, that nothing is there to kind of hold you down. So divine masculine can see that the divine feminine is at a place where she may not be able to protect herself, not even from the divine masculine, who is, it's gonna hurt. The divine feminine is just who they are right now. The divine feminine is gonna get hurt. It's just who they are right now. They're in a very, very vulnerable spot, leading this connection spiritually, leaning into their spiritual life a little bit more, and opening up their wounds to look at and heal. So both the divine feminine and divine masculine has to kind of understand, hey, this is where my twin flame is at. I have to accept that, and I have to kind of go my own path until I can become softer or become more comfortable, and or more stronger. For the divine masculine to become softer, for the divine feminine to become stronger, to be around each other. Okay, so the time frame of this physical union, next couple of days. Wow. So it might be something that happened more recently, or you might be hearing about each other like online or something, through other people that you know mutually, through social media or something. But yeah, it does feel like you two will be hearing from each other, or getting signs, synchronicities, or messages, or bumping into each other within the next couple of days. Wow. Okay, so what does the universe say is going on with the divine masculine? Avoid drama. Moon madness. Yeah, the divine masculine's like, I just can't deal with the divine feminine's emotions, which is a sign that the divine masculine has a lot to learn about the fact that beautiful, beautiful women that are in their divine feminine energies are to be cherished, and to be supported, and to be listened to and heard and held and hugged and nourished. Divine feminine females have cycles, and in those cycles, hormonal cycles, divine feminines, and even lunar cycles that affects females as well, the female body, energetic body, and physical body as well. There's times where you become you have so much emotions, and they just kind of flood out of you. It's a good time to cleanse your emotions. Divine feminines hold down so much for people energetically, in your household, in your workspace, any kind of space that you occupy for a long period of time, any kind of people you see often. You often are doing so much energetic work and clearing, healing, and helping people's energies that people do not recognize or acknowledge in this society nowadays, as much as it should be. Divine feminines heal, cleanse, rejuvenate energies of people, of their families, of their home, and their own, and their partners, all the time. And so they have to go through energy cleansing, which is why females are so empathic, right? Or if you're strong in your feminine energies, then you have to clean your energies out, and it's built into the female's hormonal cycle and sexual cycles, reproductive cycles. So at that point, the masculine needs to be there for the feminine. They need to massage her. They need to listen to her. They need to hug her. They need to let her cry. They need to let her have her space. They need to draw baths for her, let her watch her movies, binge her shows, get her snacks. Her body needs to be nourished. Her energy body needs to be nourished, because that energy body does so much for that home and that family, so much than people can see physically, right? And so the divine masculine here does not understand that, because I feel like they're too much in their divine masculine. Obviously, this specific divine masculine is just starting to understand and appreciate divine feminine energies, but is nowhere near ready to take on a really powerful twin flame that is very balanced in our divine masculine and feminine energies. So it's not drama, it's power. It's divine feminine power, and the divine masculine is confusing it with drama. This isn't drama that the divine feminine is bringing you, divine masculine. This is real stuff that you're gonna have to learn how to deal with, and start with your own divine feminine energies, and that way you can understand your divine feminines and other feminines around you much more. And what about the divine feminine? What's the universe saying is going on? The divine feminine. Experiments. Manipulation of nature, forcing change. Cruelty in the pursuit of knowledge, arrogance. This is a side of the divine feminine. The dark feminine. Oh, do I love her. Dark feminine, so sexy, so scary, so terrifying, and so seductive. You know, the dark feminine, people don't get enough praise to because you see it in dark ways, you know. The dark feminine is very important. Your shadow aspect, divine feminine, is very, very important. You have to have control over it, otherwise you can just unleash it without any control, and that's what's dangerous. A dangerous woman is, or dangerous person, you want to be dangerous because someone who isn't dangerous is ineffective, doesn't have any influence, can't create change. But someone who has the potential to be dangerous but chooses not to be, that's someone who is actively being good, actively choosing with their will to be a good person, to help others, to be a part of this connection, you know, to be a good person. Like, if you're not choosing to not be dangerous, if you're not choosing to be a good person, then you're just a weak person, you know? Then you can't, you're just weak. But to be a strong person is to, with your will, know that you have a dark side and you keep that dark side under control. To know that you have an ego and you keep that ego under your control. And you can let this dark side of yourself or ego side of yourself out once in a great while and as a rare occasion when you need it, you know. But to be able to control it, that's what makes you powerful. So at this time, the divine feminine may be experimenting with their shadow self, their dark side, their ego, seeing the depths it can go to, seeing how much you can control it. Because when you're hurt this badly, divine feminines, you have the ability to go really dark. And it might be advantageous at this time to see this as an opportunity to greet your dark side, your shadow self, and form a kind of alliance and show how powerful you can be. Practice, of course, to get it under control. All right, and then lastly, what the universe is saying is going on for the connection at this time, what you two are going on. Fear. Releasing fear, because it came out in reverse. Both of you are releasing fear. The divine masculine's fear is scared of the divine feminine. The divine masculine here, and I can see this in a lot of women nowadays in today's society too, that are obviously in more of their masculine energy than they've ever been, where they're scared to go into their divine feminine side, just scared what people would say about them, scared that people might perceive that as weakness, scared of this woo-woo spiritual stuff and the things that they might encounter in this unseen world, the things that might come up that they have been pushing down and kind of not bringing up to heal or to acknowledge or to work on in terms of their inner work, in terms of past experiences and traumas, healing work that they need to work on. The divine masculine is scared of the divine feminine. You can see this in the collective right now. You know, you can see the masculine structures and systems are afraid that they will diminish once the divine feminine rises, and implement structures that are more harmonious, that are temperance balanced, that make organic sense. You know, but the divine masculine energy in the collective and your twin flame and in yourself is scared of what they don't know, what they've been holding back, what might be unleashed, what wisdom might come forward, and even what it would be like if more people were in their personal power and not just a select few. What would it be like if I didn't have to push everyone down in order to feel powerful? What if we were all in our own power? This is the dynamic of the masculine, feminine, divine masculine and their counterpart energy, their mirror, the divine feminine. The divine feminine's fear is how deep her emotions go, especially the dark ones. That's something worth exploring. It's better for you to find out when you're doing that inner work yourself than to see it out there in an unexpected situation. Keep that in mind, divine feminine. All right. Because if you can't control what's going on out there, but you can control yourself and you can control the aspects of yourself. This is how you become powerful, divine feminine. So it might seem like the divine masculines are getting all these rewards and accolades and, acknowledgement from public acknowledgement and from all these people. But you, divine feminine, you're working on something that is deep, that's so powerful that once you enter anyone's presence, I'll create a chill down their spine, or depending on your mood, make them extremely happy or extremely focused, or you'll be able to sway people's thoughts and emotions just by being near them. So that's what you're working on. It sucks that you might not get as much acknowledgement that you might wish you could get with the amount of work that you're doing, with the amount of acknowledgement the divine masculine is getting, but you will get your time, divine feminine. Oh yeah, you will get your moment. Last card. Where is this connection in terms of union right now? Nine of Wands and Nine of Pentacles, safe harbors. So this is a safe space for the divine masculine and feminine to kind of do what they need to do. The divine masculine feels like they need a safe place to kind of soften themselves. They're not gonna do that where in a place where they feel like they're gonna get attacked, like what they did to you, divine feminine. How the divine masculine attacked you when you were down and vulnerable. That's their fear that someone's gonna do that to them. That's why they did it to you. And to see that is like, wow, they got to see their fears happen in real life, and they were the ones who did it. Imagine what they were thinking and feeling with all that. So you can feel somewhat better, divine feminine, at least knowing that the divine masculine feels so much for you and did to you one thing that they fear most would be done to them, and the mind fuck that puts them in. And then, but the divine masculine would not soften their edges if they didn't have time on their own. They're not going to want to do it in front of other people. They might do it with people they trust first, close friends and family members, people they really, 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 really trust, maybe even just like a mentor or whoever they go for, spiritual consulting, just very, very few amount of people, and then slowly they'll start softening around more and more people. Whereas you, divine feminine, you're in a very safe place to explore yourself. The depths of your powers, the depths of your wisdom, the depths of your feelings, the dark and dangerous ones, but also the height of your feelings, the height of your psychic abilities, which you'll probably get a lot of remembrance of who you truly are, the power that you carry from many lifetimes, from beyond the veil, from your soul, what your soul possesses in terms of knowledge and wisdom and abilities. And it'll just kind of give you more of a focus of what you're capable of, and you're in a safe place. Like the divine masculines can come and attack you, and that goes for the divine masculines around you. They're not going to come and attack you. You're in a safe place to kind of do that. You might see yourself surrounded by more women. You might be surrounded by more spirit guides at this time, more soul family people, or just more like-minded souls, or you might have easy access to resources at this time. Your twin flame's higher self might be interacting with you a lot, giving you a lot of love messages, love bombing you with sign synchronicities, to kind of get you through this period, because they're not happy obviously with how the divine masculine treated you in the physical, and so their higher self is going to be there as one of your spirit guides to kind of give you a lot of sign synchronicity. So it's the divine energy, source energy, so it's your spirit guides, spirit team, your angels, your higher self. They're all going to be there in support of you at this time, in order for you to feel safe, protected, and have all that you need to kind of explore your soul. All right, pile 2. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. If it resonated with you, if you like this reading, I really appreciate a like or comment. Let me know if you'd like me to do another twin flame reading. It's been a minute, but it's like riding a bike. And I have more twin flame readings on my other channel, Mystic Mia Moksha, if you want to check that out too. So with that, I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day, and I wish you much love and light. Hi, beautiful pile 3 with the Moldavite. We're going to look quickly at the meaning behind the stone, Moldavite. It's pale to dark green. It's a tektite formed by a meteorite, and it is very, very, very powerful, and also very expensive. It's really good for star seeds. People have it akin to ayahuasca experience when they hold it. A lot of people say that it changes your life for the highest and best good, but it can crash and burn your life at one thing after another, with people leaving and situations, just crazy experiences if you're not on your highest and best path or somewhat close to it. Associated with ETs. Really good for if you feel disconnected from spirit. It adds a lot of wow and whoa in your life. And it really, really explodes your perceptions. We've all heard very, very strong stories of Moldavite. If you haven't, I suggest you look it up before you try it. It's definitely better for if you're a little bit further along in your journey. Okay, so we're going to look at the divine masculine on the right side, divine feminine on the left side, thoughts, feelings, actions, union energies, and some more questions. So let's start with the divine masculine's feelings towards the divine feminine at this time. Girl with a snake, charmed or used, enable, boundaries. So they think you're a bit of like a snake charmer, like someone who just uses people for whatever, that one night, or for that experience, or for that time in their life, and not really in it for them. What are their thoughts about the divine feminine? Divine masculine's thoughts about the divine feminine. Heard. May your brave call to be carried on to the wind. They're hoping that whatever you wish for in life, because I do feel like the divine feminine here has expressed their soul mission to the divine masculine, their soul purpose, what they feel like they are meant to do in this world. And so the divine masculine might have felt like, am I just like a stepping stone for her to get there? Like, do they want me to kind of join in on the soul mission? Like, what about what I want? What about my purpose? Like, they do feel like that you have something you're meant to do in this lifetime, and they really do genuinely hope that you get it. They might have heard through the grapevine somehow that you are on your way to succeeding on your soul mission or your goals in life, or yeah, you're taking steps towards it, or you've already achieved it. And so they genuinely wish you well. They genuinely wish that you achieve what you want to achieve, but they do feel like that you only want to be with them in order to achieve this great grand legacy or goal or success, prosperity, and achievement and in certain things. So, or be known or create the status or something. So they really do feel like it's partially because the Divine Feminine kind of gave off the air that they're better than the Divine Masculine or better than others or something like that. But I think the Divine Masculine here has misinterpreted the Divine Feminine's energy, and they really did take in what you have to say. They really do respect you for it, Divine Feminines. But the Divine Masculine here feel like that you might have a higher calling that's maybe even higher than their connection with you. All right, so the Divine Feminine's feelings towards the Divine Masculine. Hammer, sabotage is so weird. Sabotage, rebuild, persistent, working on it, repairing. Yeah, hammer. The Divine Feminine over here is what, like, working on this soul mission, like hammer in hand. I feel like the Divine Feminine here is not taking no for an answer. The Divine Masculine is supposed to be working on this with me. If I have to take the lead and if I have to start this, then I will do that. I'm not going to stop working on this because the Divine Masculine is in La La Land right now. Yeah, the Divine Feminine has a mission and nothing's going to stop her from that. Divine Feminine's thoughts about the Masculine at this time. Bliss. May you feel deeply and transcend. The Divine Feminine's like, Divine Masculine, just get your butt over here. Why are you taking so long? Like, stop feeling sorry for yourself. Stop pretending that you don't want to do this either. Stop pretending that I'm just doing this for myself. Like, get your act together. Come and join me. You're taking too long. Yeah, I've waited long enough. I've been working on by myself for too long. 2 heads are better than 1. Everyone knows that. Like, come on, get your butt over here. Like, stop playing around now. It's like, all right, it was cute at first, and now it's just kind of getting annoying. Like, just get there. Just do your inner work. Feel deeply connected. Transcend. Let's get on this soul mission. All right, so the Divine Masculine's actions towards the Divine Feminine. The Divine Masculine's actions. The 4 of Wands, which is the Union card, the Happy Marriage, the Happy Home card, the Twin Flame card with the 1111 here. Celebration, joy, harmony, engagements, home, reunions, community, domestic happiness, creativity, freedom, marriage. The Divine Masculine here knows that they would enjoy this life that the Divine Feminine has kind of created a blueprint for, and probably had that blueprint for a while now. The Divine Masculine knows that they would really, really enjoy this. Returning home with the people and places most familiar with. Soul enriching. Soak up that bliss. And the Divine Feminine was like, soak that bliss up. You know this is going to make you happy. You know this is what you want. You know it's going to give you so much freedom. You know it's going to make you so happy. You're going to have that stupid smile plastered on your face because of how happy you are every day, waking up, working on these things, in this relationship, this home, these connections, that, like, can you stop playing around divine masculine? Like, you know this is going to make you incredibly happy. What would the divine masculine like to say to the divine feminine? I will wait for a sign from you. Yeah, okay, so I feel like the divine masculine knows at this point that, like, yeah, you know what, the divine feminine was right. Like, I can't imagine a better life than this. Why was I questioning her? Why was I questioning this? You know, like, what was the point of that? What was the point of me being like, oh no, this is not what I want. This is what you want. I'm not even sure what I want yet. Like, I don't know. Like, maybe you're too good for me. Maybe you think you're too good for me, and therefore I'm too good for you. They're like, why did I question any of this? Divine feminine leads. The divine feminine channels, as the more intuitive one, channels these ideas, you know, and passes it on to the masculine energy that manifests it, that brings it into the physical, that creates these ideas from the divine feminine. You can see both these aspects within each twin flame, but also in the divine masculine and feminine dynamic of each person. So yeah, the divine feminine is the one who is more intuitive and channels more ideas. Doesn't mean the divine masculine doesn't. The divine masculine's equally strong and powerful. Divine feminine side can also channel ideas and such. But, you know, we all play to our stronger suits. And the divine feminine is a multitasker and can see the vision for the whole. And the divine masculine is really good at finding solutions. And, you know, when you're lasered on a project and to get it done from beginning to end, and can take the divine feminine's visions and figure out how to make it work, figure out how to create life, and even surprise the divine feminine with some additional perks to the project that the divine feminine couldn't have thought of, you know? So that's how the divine feminine and masculine energy work off of each other, each other's strong suits. Not that they can't do the other energy, but, you know, you work together in that way. But here, the divine masculine is like, yeah, you know, the divine feminine's right. She was always right. Like, of course that would make me happy. Everything she's saying right now, it made me so extremely happy. Like, who am I kidding? Like, you know, why was I being an idiot? Why was I trying to be contrary? Like, why? And still here they're like, but you know what? Even though I know she's right and should make my life really awesome, I think I want to wait for a sign to make sure she still wants to be with me. You know, if she still knows that I exist, or she still wants this, or, you know. So he's still playing those games a little bit. What about the divine feminines? What are the divine feminines' actions towards the divine masculine at this time? The 5 of Wands. It came out in reverse and I was shuffling. Okay. So that is litigation, misinformation, avoiding or ending conflict, respecting differences, agreeing to disagree, diversity, peace. Yeah, the divine feminine here is like, you know what? I've been working on this. I've been trying to get you on board for such a long time. I've been trying to get you to wake up and see the opportunity in front of you. Like, this is too good to pass on, and I like you too much. I love you too much to kind of have you not see it. So I worked my butt off to try to get you to see it. I've asked you too many times, and you know what? At this point, I respect that you didn't want to talk to me. I respect that you didn't want to work with me, that you didn't want to take me up on this opportunity. You didn't want, we just wanted this to stop, or you just wanted me to respect our differences and see how, you know, I've learned that, hey, I'm not going to force someone if it's not, you know, out of their will. If they don't want to do this, who am I to push them? And at the beginning, that probably hurt the divine feminine because, like, you know, you're here working by yourself on something that, like, that's meant to be worked on with a partner, you know, and you're kind of trying to be in this blissful, high-frequency state, but it's hard to when someone that you really care about is refusing to enter that state. um, is refusing to see what they have in front of them. Um, and you probably not really give up, but like kind of left the ball in their court and being like, hey, I'm not going to continue pursuing this, and kind of probably moved on. The Divine Feminine probably moved on thinking, hey, like maybe not in this lifetime, maybe not with this exact twin flame, maybe like this is something I gotta do on my own or with someone else, or you know what, like I want to respect this person's wishes. Like they keep telling me to back off at some point, I'm gonna back off, you know, even though I know this is the right thing, and I intuitively know it deep down. What are you gonna do? You know, you kind of have to give people their space and figure out on their own or not. You know, that's their free will, that's their lessons in life. Like I can't do it for them at this point. Like I did all I can. The Divine Feminine really just gave it their all. It's like, you know what, I have to back off. And they did. The funny thing is, Divine Masculine's sitting over here on the corner being like, I'm going to wait for my Divine Feminine. When they're the ones who push the Divine Feminine away. You know? This Divine Masculine's a little bit of an idiot. You know, they probably acted like an idiot a lot. And they're not dumb. They're highly intelligent. They've been just acting like an idiot. And it might be a defense mechanism. You know, they might just shut down. Their brain just shuts down when some things are just so easy, when things just seem right. They might have been programmed themselves to do the wrong thing, to go the hard way, to do the, you know, to not listen to the Divine Feminine. They might not listen to their own Divine Feminine, their own intuition, you know, and that makes it things so much harder for them. You know, this is what we're seeing from the Divine Masculine. This one is acting like an idiot. I'm sorry to say, but it's not that they're not smart either. It's like a defense mechanism or some sort of learned behavior. Okay, my life is not together as it seems. The Divine Feminine saying here. The Divine Feminine, like in order to, I feel like you're the businessman here. Divine Feminine, you're like, yeah, like obviously, if you have this soul mission and you're so excited about it and you're like, yeah, I'm ready to do the work, but it's not something you can do on your own. Like you need at least your Divine Masculine or, you know, a group of people. There's so much you can do to be like, to advertise it to people, to market it to people, right? Like who's going to get on board if you are not excited yourself? You're the one selling this idea, this soul mission. You're the one who is recruiting people, employing people, inspiring other people. If you quit, if you fall down, if you get tired, if you start crying, if you start breaking down, who else on your team would want to stay with you, right? Who else would believe in this dream? Who else would want to see this through? The Divine Feminine here has been fighting by herself, trying to keep up everything, right? All parts of the soul mission. And it's exhausting, and I feel like the Divine Feminine is, you know, has moments of just breaking down and has to do it alone, because who is she going to do it in front of? People who are, she's trying to bring on to this project or this better world or this new life. You know, she can't let them see her hurt or down or regretting or feeling low. That's the challenge of a leader. I just saw 2323, and the angel number 2323 is a sign that you are about to discover or align with your life purpose. And that's kind of the energy of the Divine Feminine here is like, you know, working so hard on this life mission, this life purpose, and it's like you've been on your own for so long that you're kind of, your higher guidance, the universe is now confirming for you that you are about to discover, align with your life purpose. So whether you've been trying to figure out what that is, or if you're trying to like move your soul mission to the next level, or your passion project to the next level, like that's happening for you right now. That's confirmation from the universe. Like this is what happens, right, when you're like breaking down and like I have nothing left to give. 2323 is also a message that your prayers are being answered, that the things that your wishes are coming to fruition, and it's going to bring balance and stability into many aspects of your life, because this probably has broken down almost everything in almost every area of your life, right? It's really hard to keep everything stable while also fighting for your life purpose, especially in today's world, right? Yeah, and just keep positive and optimistic about your future because things are happening for you now. So Divine Feminine, if you're wondering about that. Okay, and so then what are the union energies? So what are, first of all, the unseen energies in this connection? The unseen union energies in this connection. The self, gathering your power. So interesting because it's so much about like gathering your resources, your energies, your know-how. I feel like the Divine Feminine here has been like gathering everything for so long, like keeping everything together, gathering everything that she can. And even the Divine Masculine here is as gathering from this situation that the Divine Feminine was right. I'm sorry to say, but in this situation, like the Divine Feminine is right. The Divine Masculine is just figuring that out. Divine Masculine, you shouldn't just feel weird that I'm giving a lot of credit to your Divine Feminine right now, because you get that blissful happiness while your Divine Feminine was working her ass off by herself. So you can shut up and take it, because you get all these prizes at the end and the rewards with your Divine Feminine when she's been doing all the work. So this pile specifically, like, Divine Masculines, yeah, gather your thoughts and just be happy, content, and support your Divine Feminine. Divine Feminine, you're getting that support that you need. And just gather your power one more time, and you will have what you need waiting for you. Eight of Pentacles, yeah, hard work. I'm getting, yeah, the Divine Feminine has obviously been working hard for a very long time, but this time the Divine Masculine is ready to get to work on the Divine Feminine's whim, on the Divine Feminine's visions and knowledge, wisdoms, and blueprints that they've been sitting on for a very long time, and manifesting and channeling, visualizing for a very, very long time. So the Divine Masculines are ready to get to work. So if you want to look this in a wider concept, in a wider perspective, if we're looking at the collective energies of the entire world, we can see that the Divine Feminines are very, very tired of the Divine Masculines not hearing what they need, what their soul needs, right? The Divine Feminines of the world, and I'm talking about the Divine Feminine energy in everyone, the intuitive and creative aspects of everyone, the aspects of everyone that works with nature and the systems of nature and, sacred geometry and simple biological systems that you can see in, the microcosm and the macrocosm. The people who work with these natural systems, people who work with these intuitive knowings and just the way that things are supposed to organically flow and have systems or technology or medicines or healing or lifestyles that resonate with these things have been tired and exhausted from screaming on the top of their rooftops with no one to listen. And it's really hard to implement these things on your own. You'll see now that there's a change in the collective where the Divine Masculine is now ready to implement these ideas. Isn't that awesome? All right, so what about the physical union? Physical union for this beautiful twin flame couple. Physical union. Let go. And Six of Wands, success. So as soon as you let go, union will happen. And it's difficult because here the Divine Feminine is like, sitting on some pretty wonderful ideas about not just their soul mission and their passion projects that will help the world, entertain the world, heal the world, send loving thoughts and energy and inspiration to the world, but also for her relationships, her romantic relationships, her relationships with friends and family, within her career, within her home especially. Beautiful beautiful ideas and visions of your future and the possibilities in your life. And feeling like you've been stuck getting these things accomplished. You might have worked on things here and there to build a better future in and around you, in your own home and around you, but it's difficult to scale that up for a lot of divine feminines. Just let it go. Just let it be. I know that's hard to say because some of these ideas that you've had, divine feminines, are so beautiful. Let it go and see what happens. For like a month and a half, just let it go. Let it be. See what happens, and you'll find that you find success. The divine masculines, you finally got into this idea that, wow, you can actually have this beautiful life. The divine feminine, or a lot of feminine energies, have been kind of showing you. You're now a believer. You believe it and you trust it, and you look at the logistics of it. You see how this is realistic. This is practical. This is going to be possible. This is something you can actually do in this lifetime. This is something you can actually do now. Divine masculines, when you find out you can finally live that awesome life that you've always dreamt of, and you could have had it, you gotta let it go. You gotta let it go. And just admit defeat. Just admit to yourself that you might have passed up on an opportunity of a lifetime. Opportunity of many lifetimes. Such a rare opportunity that doesn't come along on this planet, in humanity, much at all. You have to let that go. Because it's probably eating you up inside. It probably is killing you. That you might have just let go of something so special and so rare. You gotta let it go. And then see what happens. Okay. So, what does Spirit want to tell you, Pile 3, about this connection? What advice do they want to give to you about this connection? Open yourself to others. This is how you will create new friendships and attract a love relationship. So, for whatever reason, the universe, your higher guidance, your spirit guide, spirit team, your higher self, Spirit is saying, this is time to create something new. Bringing new people, new friends, new romantic potentials, or at least be open to it. Let go and be open. And just that change of energy is going to change a lot of things around you immediately. Beautiful, Pile 3. Okay, let's see about physical union timing. What's the timing of physical union? Oh, August, before August. So I'm recording this in July, so it came out reversed. So it's even before August. It could be any time from now into August, or if you're watching this at a later time, any time from now and next month. Before the end of next month. So wow. So anytime between now and before the end of next month, you might see yourself come into new friendships and attracting a love relationship, whatever kind that might be. A lot of times I've been saying for a lot of people in the twin flame journey, like, you can't just get stuck on that one, physical image or physical person as your twin flame. Your twin flame is an energy, right? And it can show up in a different physical form. And I've been a twin flame reader for 7+ years. I've had to take in every theory because it's valid. Like, the way everyone perceives the world is the way that the world is built. If you think about it, you're a system. You're your own spiritual system. And the world is a manifestation of everyone's thoughts that ever lived. Out there in the world is the manifestation of everyone's thoughts that ever lived. Right? And so you're interacting with that. You're interacting with people close to you and the environment closer to you. But point of that. So honestly, almost every twin flame theory out there is valid. And as a twin flame reader for a long time, I had to accept everyone's perception, because when I did readings for them, personal readings for them, I had to interpret the energies in the way they perceive the twin flame journey. So the energy resonated with them. So it was true in a whole sense, as a universal truth, but also true in their perception of the truth, of their perception of the of their own spiritual journey. So yeah, one of the theories is that that your twin flame that you met, if you've already met this twin flame, was actually a catalyst, someone that has such a very similar frequency to your twin flame that helped you get ready for your twin flame. It might actually been your twin flame in a different body, in a different persona, to help you get ready for this next twin flame, or your actual twin flame, or however you want to perceive it, for your divine counterpart, for a better divine counterpart, or more singular divine counterpart, your other half, true love, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. Or it could be like you meet your twin flame, you go through your journey, and then you end up with your twin flame. There's so many theories out there, but basically, yeah, to open yourself up to new people coming into your life, new friendships, new love, in whatever form that may be. Let's see what's going on with the divine masculines. What's going on with their life? What does Spirit want us to talk about? What's going on with their life? Celebration, moon dance. So I can see the divine masculines, like, they're extremely happy to find out that you're for real, the divine feminine energy, the twin flame journey, that this lifestyle, that this is possible, it is real, it is plausible. But you're going to see they have to let go. They're going to realize that they're going to have to let go. They might celebrate the fact that this even exists. They might be just even happy that a love like this exists. And it might help them, it might ease their pain to know that they kind of maybe lost a chance at this. But that's going to help them let go. They're not going to be able to appreciate this or appreciate it as fully if they aren't able to, if they don't lose it, right? If once they lose this connection, that they finally get the whole, like, feel for finally, that they realize what it fully means, the depth of it, the complexity of it, the immense love within it. And if they just get it right away, it's not going to mean anything. They had to lose it. This is them losing it and realizing it and dealing with it. Okay, and what's going on with the divine feminine? Concomancy, this is a seashell divination, wisdom of the shells. So I feel like the divine feminine is learning a new ability, or a new intuitive gift is coming online. This makes sense because the divine masculine is finally caught up to the divine feminine in this connection, and so the divine feminine is obviously going to go into the next thing. The divine feminine is always leading spiritually. So I wouldn't be surprised, the divine feminine, if with these new friends and this new romantic love connection, you also get a new gift come online. So I'm not surprised if you get a new ability come online for you, divine feminines. And what about what's happening in this connection? A couple more cards left. Self-love. Yeah, so there's definitely an energy of loving yourself enough to be okay letting this go. It's the ultimate act. Some would say the ultimate test in letting this go. And so, yeah, the divine feminine, you love yourself enough to be like, hey, I'm not going to force their free will. I'm going to move forward. I love myself enough to know that I'm on my divine path, and whatever's going to happen for me is for my highest and best good. trust myself and I love myself enough to really enjoy my life right now and whatever comes forward and whatever happened in the past. And I feel like the Divine Masculine has a similar energy. I love myself enough to know that it's okay that I messed up. You know, it might have been once in a lifetime, once in many lifetime, a very rare opportunity for humanity to go through an experience like this, but I'm love myself enough to keep moving forward and keep my head up high and know that we all make mistakes. Okay. There's like a huge rainstorm that just came through, and okay, and so then lastly, where is this connection in terms of union? Where is this connection at in the journey? The Hermit, the unseen connection. Yeah. So this connection may be kind of at a place where you're taking some space from each other, physically and energetically. Like the Divine Feminine is like, okay, I need to get her out of this Divine Masculine's energy. Like it's too much. Like it's annoying me. Like it's holding me back at this point. I need to move forward. And the Divine Masculine is kind of understanding, like, I'm always connected to Divine Feminine. The Divine Feminine's energy, higher self, is always with me, guiding me, helping me, and I'm going to have to be okay with that, just that energy. So it's kind of like funny because the roles might have switched energetically, where the Divine Masculine's energy might have been there a lot for the Divine Feminine as her spirit guide, and now the Divine Feminine's higher self is being there for the Divine Masculine, while the Divine Feminine's energy in the physical is off doing other things. Yeah. All right. The unseen connection. So yeah, I feel like the two of you are not meant to see what happens in this connection in the future. Meant to just focus on now. Meant to focus on the test that you have in front of you, which for the Divine Feminine, opening yourself up. Divine Masculines, understanding everyone makes mistakes. Yeah, and so I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, I really appreciate a like or comment, and let me know if you want more twin flame readings. I do have some twin flame readings up on my other channel, Mia Moksha, if you're interested. And with that, I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day. I wish you much love and light. Hi, beautiful pile 4, the Lemurian Quartz. Let's look at the twin flame energies. Let's first look at the meaning behind the Lemurian Quartz crystal. It has kind of like a blushing hue. Yeah, we kind of saw it's like kind of pinkish. And it's shout out to Lemuria, which is that lost continent. If you don't know, it's kind of akin to Atlantis, with very highly evolved inhabitants and some folks that some say live under Mount Shasta now in Cali. But yes, it's great for anyone who needs like a vacation from their thoughts. And they can be used kind of as a wand. You can point it at anything that kind of needs more juice, whether it's your body parts, friends, or situations, other crystals. Kind of good to use when there's something that needs a little bit more of a love energy. And also can awaken your intuitive abilities. So, Lemurian Quartz. Okay, let's look at the twin flames, thoughts, feelings, and actions. The Divine Masculine is going to be on the right side, Divine Feminine on the left side, and the union energies in the center. Okay, let's look at what does the Divine Masculine feel with Divine Feminine. Sorry if you hear the rain outside. It just started downpouring a lot. Okay, how does the Divine Masculine feel about the Divine Feminine? Not enough, lacking confidence, self-sabotage, ego and fear, frustrations. And Divine Masculine's thoughts about the Divine Feminine. Decide, may you navigate with purpose. Okay, so the Divine Masculine is feeling the Divine Feminine maybe think that they're not enough. They might be acting out of fear or acting out of low self-worth. And the divine masculine is like holding space for the divine feminine, but it's kind of like, you know, you got to decide where you are, who you are, what you want to be, what energy you want to be in. And I'll respond in kind, because I feel like you feeling a lack of confidence in yourself makes the divine masculine feel a lack of confidence in you. And then they're kind of second guessing themselves. They're like, oh, if I'm attracting this divine feminine who's not really sure of herself, is getting frustrated with the connection, seems like she's making moves that are not helping her in life, like, what does it say about me that I'm attracting someone like that? Do I feel that way about myself? Is that where I am at, the level I'm at in terms of romantic relationships? And so they're at a place where they kind of want to, they're deciding like if they should continue with this connection or continue thinking about you or giving this connection energy. And they're also kind of waiting on you to kind of decide for yourself, like, because they can see the power within you. They can see like the potential that you have and this connection has, but it's like, you know, potential isn't what actually happens, right? Someone might have the potential for reaching really big goals in their life, but that doesn't mean that they'll actually do it, right? So they're trying to wait and see like where you land, and that's going to influence where they land with this connection as well. Okay, so how does the divine feminine feel about the divine masculine? Narcissist, love bombing, self-absorbed, one-sided. Divine feminine is reciprocating in kind, being like, what are you talking about? You're the one who isn't making a choice. You're leaving it all on me. One day you'll be so sweet and innocent. The next day you'll be like yelling at me for all my issues. Like, I don't understand what's going on with you. It's giving me whiplash just talking with you. Divine feminine's thoughts about the divine masculine. Courageous. May each breaking wave build your courage. And it came out in reverse. So I do feel like the divine feminine's like, at first, really thought the divine masculine was really courageous with their moves, with their willingness to go deep and talk about the future and talk about serious things, and to hang out even through tough times and talk about more difficult topics. And then it's just like they completely switch. It's like they go back on their own words. The divine feminine is like wondering if the divine masculine is wearing a mask, you know, if this is who they really are. And are they being selfish? Is this like all a facade? And so you can see how the two are really playing off of each other's energies in a really strong way. It's really real huge opinions about each other at this point, but there is this kind of mutual respect and understanding and love for each other, where if the two twin flames just focused on that, it would kind of make the other things disappear. But I feel like there's a huge emphasis on the negative as well as the positive, which is keeping you two kind of linked to each other, coming back to each other, talking to each other, communicating, responding to each other, but then a huge time of space, keeping apart, being mad at each other, giving each other like a silent treatment, things like that, hating on each other, calling each other out, things like that. Okay, so what is the divine masculine's actions towards the divine feminine? What are the divine masculine's actions towards the divine feminine? Okay, the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, financial independence, self-care, home-work conflict, self-centered, jealousy, smothering, suspicion, fear, mistrust, devious, deceit. Yeah, so the divine masculines are feeling a lot of mistrust from the divine feminine. Feeling like, oh no, am I going to be the one taking care of the divine feminine? Like, what if I invite her over? Like, am I the one going to be paying for everything? And, you know, are they kind of using me? Can they not really take care of themselves? Yeah. Are they going to be hitting me up too much? Is this what they're always going to be like? Yeah, so you can see that they're And they're kind of confused about the way the divine feminine works in their daily life, like in terms of work-life balance. What does the divine feminine do for work? Is she making enough money? How does she handle all the otine things? Doesn't seem like she's on top of her physical responsibilities, material, financial responsibilities. So that's the energy that the masculine is putting out to the divine feminine. What the divine masculine would like to say to the divine feminine. 2 cards came out, putting it back. Just on 1 card. We both know I am not the one for you. Yeah, so I feel like the divine masculine at this point is kind of like, okay, like, you know, I'll help you out once because I like you, or, you know, I made a move towards you, but, you know, this is a little bit too much for me at this time. I'm going to have to step out of this, step back. You know, if you're not going to decide, I'm going to decide for you. I'm going to say that you're not the one. And this is definitely the divine masculine not understanding the divine feminine. There's a huge miscommunication here. There's mistrust, distrust on both sides. It seems like it got off on the wrong foot and it just stayed in that energy. Okay, what about the divine feminine's actions? Which way? Right side up. Abundance, nurturing, fertility, feminine, good parenting, development, accomplishment, growth, evolution, action. Yeah, and it's weird because the divine masculine doesn't see the divine feminine as the Queen of Pentacles, which is a really stable figure, really responsible, really good head on their shoulders, you know, really got their physical life down. The divine feminine is like, I'm that and more. You know, the Empress is the queen of not just the pentacles, but the cups and the wands and the swords. Like, the Empress is a queen of all, right? The divine masculine can't see that because I'm pretty sure that they're just focused on the pentacles, which is the physical parts of life, the material parts, the status, and, you know, the superficial things or the outwardly things, the earthly things, earthly possessions, and things like that. And so they can't see the divine feminine for who they are. No wonder the divine feminine thinks the divine masculine is a narcissist, because they are just focused on one thing, and it's not because they're a narcissist. It's because that's all they know. It's all they think is important. And they think it's important because that's all they know. So of course they're going to take these things seriously, their status, their money, their home, their physical appearance, or these things, because they think that's the only thing that's important in the world. It's the only thing that they know about the world. Their eyes haven't been opened. Divine feminines, what would you want to say to the divine masculines? I'm so attracted to you. Here the divine feminine is like, here's a divine masculine who is really powerful in their divine masculine energies. You know, this divine masculine has it down. They have their looks down, they have their money, they have their success, they have their career, prosperity energies, you know, their relationships with others, you know, their friends, their family, their co-workers, you know, they have all these physical things down. They look like they're on an upward trajectory in their life in terms of their physical life. And so obviously the divine feminine is really attracted to that, because here's someone who's exhibiting really masculine energy. And it comes off healed. It comes off like a healed masculine energy, because that's all this masculine knows. That's all this masculine can see. They haven't seen the other parts of life, of being. But the sad thing is, this divine feminine is the Empress. She's in her full divine feminine energy. Not just one part of it, not just the cups, not just in emotions or spirituality or intuition, but in their physical energies as well, in their masculine action-oriented energies as well, creativity, their ability to implement an idea, manifest it, make it real in the physical. This feminine can do it all. But unfortunately, she's not being acknowledged by this divine masculine, because the amount the divine feminine does is so much more. It's 4 times as much as the divine masculine does in their day. But the divine feminine breaks it up into many other parts of her life. She's taking care of people's well-being. She's taking care of her own mental health and emotional health. She's taking care of her spiritual needs. She's a spiritual teacher and gatekeeper of her community, of her family, of her friends. She's the one who's also taking care of the little things that need to get done that people don't notice, that send a lot of love, that send a lot of support to other people, to herself as well. She's also giving other people ideas. She's not keeping it for herself to manifest it for her own life. She's helping other people with their ideas. And, again, these things are being unseen. The feminine does 4 times as much as the divine masculine. 4 times as much in her daily life. But the divine masculine that is not awakened, that can't see the other parts of themselves and that therefore the other parts of life, won't be able to see a divine feminine, even as beautiful as this one that's like fully in her power, as someone worthy of their time. Because the divine feminine might be able to do this much in their career in a day, or this much in their physical life in a day, but the amount that they do in every part of their life, 4 times as much as the masculine. 4 times. So the divine masculine might be doing 4 times as much in their physical life, but not in the other areas, right? So it looks like they're further ahead. So this divine feminine is attracted to this divine masculine, who's 4 times ahead in their physical life, thinking that they're also 4 times ahead in the other parts of their life, but they're not. The divine masculine met this divine feminine. It opened up something for them. There's something that attracted to them, to the divine masculine, which gave them wanted to give the divine feminine a lot of love, wanted to have the divine feminine, especially sexually, because this divine masculine is really in their divine masculine energy. Wanted the divine feminine sexually, didn't really understand why, but needed to have her sexually, needed to shower her with a lot of affection and love and time and energy. And it might have been a very short-lived thing that exploded and then fizzled out. The divine feminine is here thinking that's the divine masculine she's after. It's not. That was a one-time thing, a match that was lit and then fizzled out. The thing is, the divine feminine was ready to step into that role and become that beautiful divine feminine energy. In fact, the divine feminine might have been in that energy for a little bit. The divine masculine came, judged, saw, left, right? The divine feminine's here like, I'm ready to be the divine feminine in a really divine counterpart loving relationship. This must be the guy, but why'd he run away? It's confusing as F. All right, so let's see the union energies. Let's see what's going on in the unseen energies of this union, the unseen energies of this connection first. Energies that you can't see. Transformation. Defining yourself. And Queen of Cups. How you treat others says a lot about who you are. And the divine feminine is showing a lot of courage by giving themselves and their energy and their time and their affection to the divine masculine, so it's not giving them any time of day, right? This isn't out of weakness. This is out of strength. The divine feminine shows a lot of courage by being loving, supporting. You know, the divine feminine is like, look at how awesome I can be. Look at my caring, nurturing features. Look at all the like little details of life I pick up on and I, you know, help out in. Like look at all these, like all these strengths that I have. But the divine masculine can't see it because they don't get that energy. They don't understand it. They were in it for a second, but it confused them. They jumped right back out. They don't understand it. They don't get it. It scared them. It freaked them out. They can't fully see it. They were in this energy, but they don't understand it. It freaked them out. It kind of gave them that, you know, funny, hitting the funny bone kind of feeling all over their body. They didn't like it. They jumped right back out. They didn't understand it. They don't understand why they're acting that way, behaving that way. They didn't understand the energy, the connection between the two of you. Freaked them out. Jumped right out. They still don't understand it. They don't understand what qualities and attributes you're presenting, divine feminines. Yeah, that's that. Okay. Yeah, this divine masculine is very distorted, because you can't really have a very strong masculine without a very strong, like, you can have a very strong masculine energy without a very strong feminine energy, but you can't have a very strong, like, powerful mastery type energy without strong both energies within you. So this person might be a very strong masculine, but without the very strong feminine as well, they can't reach their maximum potential. They can only get to a certain point and then plateau. So this person might be living the good life as what they think, like a bachelor, but they're gonna plateau and then realize that there's got to be more to pursue in life, you know. Okay, physical union energies. Choose a new direction. Yeah, this divine masculine has way to go, and this divine feminine is ready to get out there. Okay, physical union energies. Queen of Cups twice. Queen of Cups twice. Yeah. You know what's so funny? I'm getting this is kind of like an Andrew Tate kind of energy. I'm getting so like unhealed and so bad for society. So bad for teaching other young boys about masculinity, because like, you know, they're going to create chaos with that type of teaching. But basically, you know, you could have a woman by your side, and if you're just throwing money at her without taking the time to understand her and what she needs in her life and how you can better support her, and so that way she can support you, and that's how the synergy of this connection of two people works, and that's how the divine masculine can get ahead, is by investing in the divine feminine and really paying attention to her and really investing in her and her life and her wishes and dreams, and then that will make her happy. And everyone knows that in a household, if the woman is happy, they control the mood of the entire home, of everyone in that home. And so if you keep the woman happy, she takes care of everything. She takes care of everyone, and on all levels, even unseen levels. And she makes the world go round. And it's important to focus on her and her happiness and her wants and needs. And then she will make you feel supported and loved and give you everything you need to succeed as well. So it's important to invest in the feminine energy. It gives you so much more than you think it does in the physical sense. This divine feminine, I hope you know that and you understand that and you understand your value. I hope this person didn't lower your self-worth. If it did, this was like something that meant to come into your life in order to increase your self-worth, Maybe you never had that challenge in your life. Maybe you have had many challenges of self-worth in your life, but this is definitely one that kind of pushed you to the brink in that sense, and probably one that you can use, take this opportunity and use this connection to catapult, skyrocket your self-worth. Because you're a very nurturing, loving soul. You've always wanted to be, you always knew you could be. You have a lot to achieve in this lifetime. Still, a lot still to achieve. A lot of accomplishments to come. And it starts with choosing a new direction. Okay, what was Spirit's advice be to you? Beautiful Pile 4 in regards to this connection. Spirit's advice for you in regards to this connection and this union. Past lives. You have known this person before. It is a soulmate from a past lifetime. So this could be like a low-level soulmate connection, a karmic situation. But it's okay. Like, a lot of people pick up on soulmate readings, twin flame, divine counterpart readings, true, like, thinking this is true love or something like that, and then realize it's like a lesson, and that's totally okay. In fact, a lot of twin flames do have a lot of karmic relationships, a lot of low level, medium level, and even high level soulmate level connections in their lifetimes. So it's totally okay if you thought this person was your twin flame, or could have been, or maybe could have been. But yeah, there was a soul connection here. So you two were brought together for a reason. Like, there's a reason that you two were connected and got into a connection like this. Okay, physical union time frame. Physical union time frame. Patience, it's not yet time. It's not time yet. So yeah, if this connection does come into a union or even like some sort of connection in the near future, it's probably not time for that, especially seeing how bad this connection is energetically, like how awful you feel about each other. It's probably a good thing to not be in each other's hair at this time, and not connect at this time. And in terms of love connection, I would say divine feminines and divine masculines, please try not to serial date. This is not a good energy for you. It's probably a good time to take a break from dating or getting into relationships, just to focus on yourself, and increasing your self-worth for the divine feminines, and increasing your open-mindedness for the divine masculines. Yeah, I feel like the divine masculine lives in a very, very small world mentally, and they really need to expand their minds and their hearts and their souls, but they're not going to understand hearts and souls expanding. So expand your minds, divine masculines here. And divine feminines, you really need to get your self-worth back, and that includes stepping away from this person. Okay, what is the divine masculine's, what's going on with divine masculine's life at this time? What's going on with the divine masculine's life at this time? Day moon, love. The divine masculine is opening up to love. This is such a foreign concept to them. They might understand it. They might understand it in terms of like seeing it in movies, seeing it in friends and families, relationships. They get the gist of it, but I don't think the divine masculine here actually believes in love. They might think it's just like a Hallmark, something, an idea or theory that Hallmark kind of sold to people, or novelists or whatever, just sold to the masses in order to, like, I feel like this is one of the people that are like, oh yeah, like, love isn't real, money is, status is, career is, this is, like that kind of person. So they're really working on opening up to love. And I know that sounds kind of silly to people who might be watching this tarot card reading, that like, so weird, people don't believe in love. Yeah, there are people out there who don't believe in love, or might not fully believe in it, and or might not think it's worth pursuing love. You know, there's actually people out there like that. What's going on with the Divine Feminine's life at this time? What do you gotta know, Divine Feminines? The return of Aphrodite. Okay, temple, birth of the goddess, guidance, goddess energy, treating as sacred. So this is such a powerful energy. We got the Empress card and then the Goddess card with Aphrodite, like temple, birth of the goddess, goddess energy, treating energy as sacred. So it's definitely like you carry this really sacred energy, Divine Feminine, and you really need to acknowledge that, recognize it, appreciate it, and not throw it away like it's nothing. So that means keeping your sexual energy sacred, keeping your time and energy sacred, and watch who you give it to. Yes, sexual energy should only be given to those that you actually love. Even practicing abstinence if you're too loose in that way, and if you've been absent for a very long time, putting yourself out there and creating very physical, intimate moments with people that you genuinely care about or feel like you love or could love, and not just like sexual ways, but just in physical, intimate ways, and hugging, touching, holding hands, and stuff like that. So it depends on where you are on the spectrum. If you're too loose, yeah, calm down. If you've been so closed up in your sexual energies, it might be worth it to find someone that you can hold hands with and just, cuddle up next to you or hug more often, or, just feel that physical intimacy with. Okay, and what's going on with the connection? That's the message here for the connection, and then we have one more card, and then that'll be that. Hunger. Yes, so I feel like it's funny because the Divine Masculine is hungry for the Divine Feminine, is starving, desolate without the Divine Feminine energy. And the Divine Feminine is also very hungry for the Divine Masculine energy. That's why the both of you are so I don't know, like there's sparks when you two are together and are craving each other in your own ways when you're not with each other. And you just want this kind of energy, but it's really hard to find someone else with this kind of energy that this person has. It's a deep, deep hunger. It's a soul hunger to connect with someone on that level. And the best way to do that is start inward. So you have to find and satiate that hunger by connecting with your own soul and replenishing your own cup with your own soul's energy. And then once you can do that, you'll feel whole and complete, and you'll find someone else who is also whole and complete. All right, so, and then lastly, what stage is this twin flame journey at? What stage? 8 of Waves, which is the 8 of Wands, synchronicity. So there's a lot of this romantic cycle for you is happening very quickly, pile 4. So it does say that like this person that came into your life, it's like they're leaving as quickly as they came in, but they're leaving you with a lot of sign synchronicity from their higher self. So I wouldn't be surprised if even before they came, you might get a lot of sign synchronicities, and even after they leave, you might still get a lot of sign synchronicities from their energy, from their higher self, and from your own guidance. Because this is a huge, huge way that your love life has moved forward from this specific connection. This is a karmic from a past life. Like this is someone who comes in to really shake up your love life. You might have been asking for it before this person came in, praying for it even, or unintentionally asking for it for someone that you could settle down with or really love, or it can be a true love match. And this person came in and you were like, well, that didn't work. What was that? Universe, God, source energy, what was that for? It was to really shake things up and really get you on the right path in terms of your romantic love. So things are happening pretty quickly, and even if it doesn't feel like it, or it doesn't feel that positive, know that it is, and know that you can still reach out to their energy, their higher self's energy, using sign synchronicity and just talking to their higher self, you know, writing down questions in your journal, to get answers, to get healing, to get your lessons, to get your, you know, what can I change, what can I do to improve my love life at this time, to get all those answers from their higher self, from your higher self, and kind of make moves into this next level of romantic love relationships that's going to enter your life. So pile 4, it seems that there's a lot of harsh clearing, a lot of divinely harsh clearings, but very necessary, and it's going to push you forward very quickly at this time. So keep that in mind. You have really, really powerful energies, and you've been kind of mistreating them, misusing it, and so Spirit really wants you to kind of realign with yourself at this time. All right, so pile 4, I hope you enjoyed the reading. If you did, I really appreciate a like or comment. If you want more twin flame readings, I do have some on my other channel, Mystic Mia Moksha. Let me know if you want more twin flame readings. I know this wasn't the most like happy-go-lucky one. All my twin flame readings that I've done in the past, when I first started this channel, they are more happy-go-lucky. But this seems like a lot of people who've just recently joined the twin flame journey are coming online. Let's just say. All right, so yeah, I'd love to hear what you have to think about this and see if it resonates. But I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day, and I wish you much love and light.